Guys, we're way back in the archives here. I looked up the highest earning players in Rocket League history, and then I found their most recent ranked 1v1, and we put them all in a poll so that my live chat, Twitch chat, can vote which one of them we're going to cast. We're going to cast 3 of them, and Rizzo won the poll. Little did I know that this replay, which was uploaded to the database in 2019, is in fact a 2016 game between Rizzo and RG Tinny. 2016. Tinny's an OG in Europe. Rizzo was a West Coast player. He's probably still in Arizona at this point. Tinny's from Europe. I think he's in Wales at this point. I think he lived in Wales. So they're playing on the US East server. I can guarantee it. This is US East server because Tinny is Europe. Rizzo back then was US West. I think he's Central now, or East. So yeah, I have no idea what to expect from this, but let's get into it. Rizzo versus Tinny in 2016. This is the last 1v1 match that Rizzo ever played. After playing this game, he never played 1v1 again, and he banned the term 1v1 from his Twitch chat. So let's find out exactly why that happened. I mean, we're probably going to learn something from this. So the fast kickoff, not often used in 1v1. Not often used in 1v1 to win the kickoff. So Rizzo, a true pioneer here. Mind game by Tinny. Rizzo doesn't look like he was ready for that or expecting it. He's going for the backboard though. Oh, he almost had that one. That's honestly looking like my rebound attempts in 2021. So Rizzo is he was 5 years ahead of me there. So Rizzo versus the open net. Does he have the control? Oh boy, does he. What unbelievable finishing touches. 1-1 in the first 37 seconds. So where did it all go wrong here? I mean, so far it looks like Rizzo's got a decent shot in the matchup. Tinny literally missed the ball for no reason not too long ago. But that might be what makes matters worse for Rizzo later on. If this is the last 1v1 match he ever played, if this is the game that led him to, you know, banning the term 1v1 in his Twitch chat, does Tinny's inability to hit the ball contribute to that fact? Because you guys know what it's like, I'm sure, Twitch chat, you guys know what it's like when you're playing 1v1, your opponent literally can't even hit the ball and they're still winning. It just makes you think, well, how bad am I if this guy's beating me? So Rizzo letting the ball bounce down low. You saw there that he actually missed the ball. My goodness, he can air dribble. Whoa! Whoa! Rizzo, calm yourself, mate. This is way too high level for 2016. That was actually almost a really good shot. The near post defense. Oh, he's done it! He's done it! I think I might have figured out why this is the last game he ever played. Oh no. So it is actually just the formula, isn't it? Don't tell me he misses an open net as well. Literally everything's going wrong for the man. So Tinny's missed the ball. Rizzo's still losing to him. He's probably still thinking about the fact that has happened. And now he's own gold. But look at the awareness. Look at the possession play by Rizzo. Into the back corner he goes. He's trying to bait Tinny in here, and he does. Look at that. Rizzo pinches it clear. And he's got to take his time here, but he's built up a boost advantage for himself. Bit of a giveaway to Tinny, whose boost is running low. Is Rizzo going to be able to capitalize? Tinny must have seen a ghost because he's flicked the ball for absolutely no reason. But he was able to recover well and block Rizzo's back post shot. Oh, that's a huge hit by Tinny. That might even go in without bouncing. It's gone in without bouncing. That's unheard of in 2016. And Rizzo wasn't even close. He's still got a lot of time left though. 2 minutes and 35 remaining. Will Rizzo be able to dig himself out of this hole that he finds himself in? Are we actually pre-half flip here? No way. Who didn't half flip? I didn't even notice. I'm so engrossed in this game. So technically an open net miss there for Rizzo, but it was a tough angle, and playing the conservative boost steal probably makes sense anyway with this kind of time remaining. No speed flip, just vibes. No half flip, just vibes. Lots of time left for Rizzo. He's just got to be careful here to not get rush challenged. Tinny's actually ran away to another continent, and Rizzo just unable to lift the ball over the top of him. Solid defense by Tinny at the back post. Now the bounce dribble. Oh, Rizzo! Where'd he go? He's just completely out of the game there. Didn't see that cut coming. And now he's down by 3. Gonna play on for the win though. But if that bounces in towards the goal, I think Rizzo might be done with this. Okay, it's going to be an easy save, surely. Oh! Rizzo went for the boost, but Tinny misses the open net anyway. And now Rizzo off the wall. He's really hoping that Tinny's going to commit to these aerial battles, but Tinny never aerialing. He's just staying on the ground, never going up to battle Rizzo in the air. He knows that it's probably safer to just wait for Rizzo to lose control, and Rizzo has lost control. Is he going to make it back? He's turtling, and he's forfeited. He's had enough. And thus ends the last 1v1 of Rizzo's entire career. This is how it ended. We've definitely got to look at some action highlights here. This, for me, the turning point. I mean, how does that even happen? What did this look like from Tinny's perspective? Yeah, Tinny just missed it by a mile, but somehow Rizzo puts it into the own goal. Oh dear. But yeah, fair enough. I did not realize we're going to be looking at a 2016 game today, but that is absolutely brilliant. Tinny's a top lad, by the way. I've met Tinny. He used to play at the Gfinity Elite Series, which I casted in London. Really, really top lad there. So it's so... I didn't expect to be casting a Tinny game today, but that's awesome. That's fantastic to see. Winning as well against Rizzo, who obviously from 2016 went on to be a pretty successful player. 9th highest earner in Rocket League history. So you guys were telling me to watch Tinny's third goal. You want to watch this goal? Apparently this is pre-half flip or something. Oh, it is, yeah. He's just backflipping. This is back in the days where a lot of pros... I don't think Rizzo is ever a player that I heard say this, by the way, before anybody gets carried away here. Some pros thought that half flipping wasn't even necessary. When half flipping became a thing, around about RLCS Season 1, a bit before RLCS Season 1, some pros didn't want to learn it. They were like, nah, stupid. It's a crutch. You shouldn't need to half flip, because if you're half flipping, then you're out of position. Your positioning's bad. Get good at positioning. That was the general theory behind being lazy and not bothering learning how to half flip. I don't think I ever heard Rizzo say this, for the record. But some pros I did hear say this at the time, which is absolutely bizarre, because look at like half flipping now. Everybody knows how to half flip all the way down to like gold rank. It's pretty crazy. Even wave dashing, when wave dashing became a thing, first of all, a lot of debate was going around the Rocket League community over whether it would be at all useful. And yeah, it turned out to be pretty useful, I would say. I wonder what next. But guys, we've got 3 replays to cast. Let's get into the next one. It's time for a little bit more of a recent replay. We've got a Justin replay from 2019. I think we'll just go ahead with this one. You got one from December. We're just going to go with this one, buddy. We're going to go with this one. Fake, because we know it's real. Justin doesn't play a lot of ones. Let's see what Justin was getting up to around about the time that he was winning the Rocket League Summit. Not the best start for him. He's conceded to a decent shot there from Mop. Not something I'd expect to see go past Justin. Justin didn't start playing until 2020. It's fake. I don't believe that for a second. You're not going to fool me. I was casting Rocket League Summit. I was there. I was in person as Justin won it. You can't fool me. You can't fool the Rocket League community. Yeah, this is a player that I think, if he wanted to, could be unreal in 1v1. Evidence of this is Astral. You guys who look at Astral playing 1v1, or who just look at Astral playing Rocket League, you've got to think that he's one of the players who's most like Justin in terms of playstyle. He's one of the players who's most like him. Oof. I mean, look at this though. Look at this. I think if Justin played 1v1 like Astral does, he'd be one of the best 1v1 players. But he doesn't like it. He doesn't play it. So we never get to see that very often. But I don't know whatever the occasion was. Maybe he was just feeling top of the world. Well, clearly not with a name like Not So Juicy Justin in a slump. But, you know, maybe he's just feeling good. Won Rocket League Summit, and he's thinking, you know what? I'm going to go queue up some 1v1. See how it goes. And he gets to play against Mop, who is ballistic. Well, Justin's all over him here. That could have easily been 4-1. It could still easily be 4-1. It's Justin. From all angles in offense, looks dangerous. You know, his defensive positioning hasn't looked completely comfortable in this game, but that's understandable given the fact that he doesn't play a lot of ones. There's no denying every single time Justin attacks, it looks like he's going to score, and now he's just mind game Mop for fun. But, you know, all of this pressure, not getting goals, so Mop's at least holding on. And he might have had one here. Yeah, Justin just didn't expect him to go for that. Just like that, we've got a 1-goal game. So you're seeing that, you know, the spacing is clearly not at the highest level. The positioning isn't at the highest level for ones. But the offense is absolutely insane. I mean, Justin is just... he is lasering the ball past him. I actually talked to... or myself and Smellsworth, we talked to Garrett G on the Saltcast podcast months ago, actually. It was months ago. But something pretty interesting that Garrett G told us was that him, Turbo, and Justin, they used to do in-house 1v1. When they were still a team together, they would play 1v1 and they would take turns playing each other. And apparently, Garrett would always beat Justin. This is what Garrett told me. Justin would always beat Turbo, and Turbo would always beat Garrett. So they had a little bit of a love triangle situation over there. Rock, paper, scissors and that. But I wonder why that was. Why would Justin... well, actually, I've got my theories. You guys can let me know what you think of this. My theory as to why Justin would always beat Turbo is because Justin is just pure mechanics when it comes to 1v1, and Turbo's mechanics weren't able to keep him at bay, whereas Garrett, he is able to keep up with Justin mechanically, and he's better positionally, so he would win that matchup. But then when Garrett would play Turbo, Garrett's never someone, or he wasn't at the time of them playing together, somebody would try and win mechanically. So, you know, he's a more defensive player, so when somebody like Justin comes at him with mechanics, he would, you know, be able to respond to those mechanics with mechanics of his own and defensive mechanics. But when it came to offense, I think Garrett played a bit more of a safe game, and Turbo's pure positional like gameplay was able to beat him. So that, you know, it's an interesting element to 1v1 that I don't think you see very often in 3v3. Oh, keep up there. Mop knocks Justin on the way past, and that could be a goal. Never mind, Justin demos him. You can already see though, like, this is why Justin was so much talked about for his mechanical ability. These mechanics, at least in offense from Justin, these recoveries, they're so smooth. This is pretty crazy that this is 2 years old. More than 2 years old, actually. No, is it not more? No, it's like 1.5 years old now. If this was after Rock League Summit, we're looking at a 1.5-year-old replay, right? And Justin's recoveries are unbelievable. He was so ahead of his time when it came to speed and recoveries. Just really top tier stuff. I mean, Justin's still top tier in that regard, but not as much as he used to be. I think there's a lot more competition to that title, a lot more players in the list. He's going for a double reset in 1v1 ranked in 2019. Justin's offense is truly insane. I really wonder if these days Justin would enjoy 1v1 more. He'd have to learn how to do kickoffs, and he'd have to learn how to, you know, play with low boost and defense more effectively. Just, you know, not play greedy with his positioning as much as he has in this game. And also as much as he probably does, if I was to guess, because usually the weaknesses that threes players have when they change to ones or play some ones these days is 1, kickoffs, number 2, positioning. They just, you know, make positioning mistakes because they get out of boost and they get punished. So, you know, as long, if Justin has put a little bit of time into getting good at that, I think he'd be pretty nutty at ones, because his offensive repertoire is unstoppable, you could say. He's one of those players that if you give him the ball and you give him space, give him boost, he's scoring. It doesn't matter what you do, he's just going to score. So yeah, these days where pretty much anything is viable in 1v1 offensively, I think he would definitely excel. But yeah, here he's just trying to go for one extra goal for the road. Mop's not going to give it to him. It's still actually on that Mop could come back here, but he has to score, and he has to score quickly. Air dribble bump, very good strategy to go for when you're down by 2, and he gets it. So a little bit of a transition there. Air dribble bump cancelled, pinches it in instead. Good kick off here for Justin. He'll seal it though. That should do the trick. And Justin, in his most recent 1v1 game that I could find, picks up a win. So, how many of you guys in chat? I think if I recall, when I asked you guys for predictions of who's going to win, or would it be a win or a loss for Justin in his most recent 1v1 in the database, you guys all said L, if I remember correctly. So you're wrong there. Justin getting a win against Mop. I'm not sure who Mop is or what rank this was at. But if I were to guess, this would definitely be GC back then. Because there was no Supersonic Legend in 2019. There's no question this is GC. No way is this lower than GC. Yeah, Justin overall just too good mechanically. Little, conceded a few careless goals because his defensive positioning was getting him in trouble a little bit. But I think if he ever got in trouble here, he would have just put the sweaty try-hard pants on and scored a few more goals. Some of the shots he was taking here were not they were really, really high level stuff, like double flip reset. He probably would have scored if he just went for a single, but double is cooler, so he went for the double. That kind of stuff. You watch Justin's air dribble 1v1 against Gainer. He's insane. Yeah, he's something else. I mean, Justin was just so far ahead of the competition when it came to mechanics back then. Now there's more competition, like I said, but yeah, back then he was just one of a kind. Nobody could do it like Justin. But yeah, guys, we got one more replay here that we're going to watch. And it's been voted for the chat. It's Turbopolsa. And this is only a month old, so we don't have to worry about it being the wrong Justin. Like that other one. I mean, the other Justin replay, I was like, it doesn't look like he's playing very well, but I don't want to talk too, harshly on him because I know he doesn't play 1v1 and maybe he's just having a bad day or something. Maybe he's actually in a slump, but then I was like, wait. Nah, this is definitely not him. So yeah, double checked it. So I got completely scammed by the verified tag being incorrect. Yeah, this should be good. This should be really good. Turbo versus Jordan because, yeah, this isn't Alpine Jordan. Oh, that's too bad. I was kind of looking forward to seeing Alpine Jordan against Turbo, but it's just another Jordan. So, okay. Different Jordan with a 100 ping. Maybe he's from Europe. Maybe he's from US West. But yeah, Turbo playing with a US East connection here. And he's already in trouble. So there, I was talking about this in the Justin game that we just saw. It was a 1.5 year old Justin game. Now we see it here in a 1 month old Turbo game. Players who don't play a lot of ones just get caught out of position. And there, Turbo it wasn't automatic for him to go back to goal there. He didn't realize, that shot is just unsavable. If he hits a boomer into my net, it's just in and there's nothing I can do about it. It's a bit of a weird interaction there. Jordan bumps Turbo. Turbo lands on him and bumps him. It's a bit unlucky for Jordan because had that not happened, I think his bump play that he went for was probably the smartest thing that he could have done. That's a fast kickoff by Jordan. And he's up 2-1 here. Is he using is that the Alpine or is it the Oxygen decal? It's the Oxygen one, isn't it? I think, yeah, it's the Oxygen decal. I was thinking, is this guy playing with Alpine's decal and he has the same name as an Alpine player? But nice demo. So clearly the ball pressure and just the overall pressure that Jordan has output so far has been a lot more than Turbo. He's played the ball instead of boost several times. He's gone for bumps a few times as well. Turbo should be able to adjust to this though. I think overall he's going to realize that he's just got to stick closer to the ball. Ooh! It's a very nice air dribble by Turbo. Getting a dunk on the end of it. A little bit of crossbar action as well. A pretty good kickoff here for Turbo. It's in his back corner, but he's able to get the boost and turn. Huge win. So he's going to be the first to attack off this. And Jordan's challenge, early and ineffective. Turbo saw it coming. What do you mean diamond air dribble mechanics? It was a good air dribble. He did everything he needed to do. Just because somebody's not, spinning while they're air dribbling doesn't mean it's a bad air dribble. It was a good air dribble. I feel like so many people, if they see an air dribble that the car isn't spinning to get, they think, yeah, this guy's diamond. You realize air dribbling in a straight line is pretty good as well. Most mechanical plays ever made? I don't think so. Turbo's mechanics are actually pretty good. I know most of you guys are probably just memeing, and I know Turbo does get memed on a lot because of his mechanics, but his mechanics are actually not just good, but very good. I mean, he's improved during the RLCSX season. I think at the start of the RLCSX season, he was a lot worse than he is now. He's made strides. Not the, he's not the most mechanical player, don't get me wrong. Don't twist what I'm saying. But he's definitely got good mechanics. You don't threaten majors these days without having good mechanics. Even players like Farah, K-Dop, like all these players get very, very harsh critique on their mechanical ability, but I don't really see the problem with K-Dop's mechanics when he can just absolutely smash every shot in the top corner. That looks like good mechanics to me. Same thing with Farah, just, he's in position quickly and he's hit the ball in the top corner. Yep, we'll take it. They're not the most mechanical, but they're definitely good enough to be a threat against anybody. Astral's terrible mechanics. Now we've got an opinion right there. Oh my goodness. That was bold by Turbo to go for. That wasn't a position where the challenging player usually gets a lot. Oh, he's done him as it is. Turbo. Oh, that's a disgusting mind game of poor Jordan. What turnarounds here? Because Turbo was on the back foot in the start of this game. He was trailing 2-1. He'd been just beaten positionally and completely out-pressured. But since then, it's been a far more confident look for Turbo. He's coming at the ball more. He's not prioritizing boost too much. And he's up the pace as well, so the pressure's really on Jordan here. Now Turbo leaving the corner boost up because he'd rather play the ball. Again, I want to highlight that because early on in the game, he got caught going for boost twice. Hasn't happened since. The date of this replay is last month. It was like a month ago. So it's, yeah, really recent actually. Turbo putting in the ones grind. He's got an uncontested backboard here. Decides to go for the goal instead. So he had options there. Turbo could have gone backboard. Decided to shoot at the goal because it was just open. And he's totally dominating this matchup now. Jordan can't even get out of his half, hardly. As Turbo just refusing to give him space. And once again, he's just going straight for this. Jordan gets tripped up and lands in his goal. It's been a bit of a bad game for Jordan in the awkward bump category. I think twice now Turbo's just landed on him and he's completely sent Jordan flying. I think Turbo is the king of awkward interactions when it comes to Rocket League gameplay. Not real life. I think there's several Rocket League pros who have him comfortably beat for awkward interactions in real life. But yeah, for gameplay, Turbo, whenever two cars like just randomly bump into each other and fall over, his car always seems to land perfectly and the other goes flying. 7-2, man. Turbo looking pretty good in ones. Guys, gotta say, at the start of this game, the first 3 goals that we saw, 2-1 Jordan, Turbo really didn't look like he was in 1v1 mode. But then you saw that he was really able to up the pressure and had a lot more success. You love to see a suitable match for Turbo in Smug. Well, type in chat right now, who do you guys think who would be a good match for Turbo in Smug? We don't have any Smugs coming soon anyway, so this is pure theory crafting. Rupert77, thanks for the 10-month Prime, welcome back. And also Ty Relid, thanks for the 6 pounds. He says, buy a munchie box on me. Oof, trying to get me fat in lockdown, man. I'll see what I can do. Turbo versus K-Dop. Yeah, Turbo versus K-Dop would probably be pretty good, actually. That's true. That would be a very good game. That'd be interesting. I don't know who would win, to be honest. So9 Boy, thanks for the 500 bits. Who would win, a smart player or a mechanical player? Where's the cross line? Well, a mechanics will always beat intelligence if that's all you've got. If all you've got is mechanics versus someone who's only got intelligence, the mechanical player will win because the intelligent player won't even get to touch the ball. The mechanical player will just be the only player who can get ball hits. But once you get to the point where mechanics are, at a high enough level that they're no longer the differentiating factor, then it becomes a mind game and it becomes a game of 1v1 IQ and adaptation. That's when the intelligence comes in. But mechanics are really all that matter for Rocket League 1v1 up until like SSL. Not even joking. You could be SSL and have no idea what you're doing if your mechanics are super good.